If you wish, ladies, you absolutely can look slimmer and taller and thinner, and all without dieting or losing weight or eating any less. And you can do it right now, instantly. Want to know my secret? It's all coming up in this video. Hello, I'm your friend Deirdre, and a big welcome back to my channel, the channel for ladies over 50. I hope you're doing really, really well. So in today's video, I'm revealing my top style secret, which will really help you look a whole lot slimmer and taller, if you wish, without having to lose any weight. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm really excited to share this with you because I've mentioned it in my other videos before, but with other things. And I know that this is such a great technique that I wanted to share it in one sort of dedicated video for you. Because it'll make you look slimmer, make you look taller and thinner without any dieting or exercise or any change to your normal life. It gives a stunning vertical line to help you look elongated and effortlessly chic. And this works. It really works. It also works for any height or body shape too. So what is it? It's column dressing. Column dressing is all about creating vertical lines in your outfit. And by emphasizing these lines, whether they're stripes, seams, or the structure of a piece, you naturally elongate your body. And no losing weight required. Column dressing draws the eye upward, downward, and inwards too, rather than across, giving you a slimmer and more streamlined appearance. So to introduce this, I want to show you two outfits, the before and after, if you like, so that you can see the difference. So this is the sort of outfit that it's easy to find ourselves popping on, I think. It's just a pair of blue jeans and a t-shirt as a base. And then, of course, you might find that you need to pop out to the shops or to collect something. So you might add a trench coat or a jacket of some sort and sneakers, because that way you can run around all your errands much easier. Am I right? But if you look at it, whilst each part of the outfit is great in itself and it does look fine, if your aim is to look taller and slimmer, then the lack of real cohesion or coordination in the outfit really doesn't maximize that looking slimmer part. So let's look now at how I've changed it here. So here I started with an already slimming look actually. So just a pair of black trousers and a black t-shirt. Easy body lengthening. I've left space at my neck so I don't look overwhelmed by the black as well. Then I've added black boots to give height and also to continue that long colour line down the body right onto the end of the toes. It's easily adding a couple of inches to the illusion of height here. And then to go out, I've added my trench like before, but because it's a much lighter colour, a contrasting colour to my black base, two things happen here. Firstly, the whole black outfit doesn't look heavy as it's lifted by the light beige, especially good around the face. But secondly, I've now created a very slimming column of colour down the centre of my body. So what people see is just the long line of black framed by the trench, which means that they only see half my body width really, where in the black pieces, which means that I look much slimmer and taller. And there's loads of ways of creating this illusion, which I'm sharing with you today. So as you saw, the illusion of being thinner and more elongated is created by wearing one solid colour or very similar shades of colour from top to bottom as the basis of your outfit, with nothing breaking it up, and then adding another item on top which creates that inner vertical column. And as I said, there are various ways to do this, so let me show you in a bit more detail in my next look. You can achieve this column dressing technique by wearing a shirt over your base layer. Now this is a great little everyday look with a light, springy, summery base layer of an ivory scoop neck t-shirt, just one that we would all have, that kind of a basic layer, and ivory jeans or trousers with a contrasting colour on the top. Now in this case, my outer layer is a striped shirt, but it could be any colour, doesn't have to be striped either, but that's just one of my favourites. So as you can see here, by creating this artificial thinner section, this column all down my body, which is framed by the shirt, I've instantly tricked the eye that my figure is actually that thin. Which would be lovely, but of course it isn't. It's all an optical illusion due to creating that vertical line down the body. And we can all do it, it's that easy. I've also added to that effect by continuing the same colour as the base layer right onto my feet with these sneakers from Cole Haan. So the lengthening effect goes right down onto my feet, right down to my toes as well. So I want to show you now how this base layer would work if I didn't use the column dressing effect, just to see the really big difference that it can make to how slim you look in my next look. So here, instead of a contrasting or coloured shirt, I've added a white linen shirt, which of course goes well with the base layer in ivory too, but as you can see, there's not really any slimming effect, no sense of that sleek column effect. There's such a difference. I mean, basically I put on pounds just by changing the colour of my shirt layer on the top. And you don't need to add a shirt to get this same slimming effect either. It can work for all seasons, depending on, what you wear to create that column. It's a year-round concept, basically. Oh, by the way, if you like these tips, please do hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's move on to my next look. So here I'm illustrating that column dressing works really well with either outerwear or indoor wear, to be honest. All you need to do is create that inner long column effect with, in this case, your coat on each side. So this coatigan in this super sophisticated camel colour, very cheap from Amazon, but I love this actually, I really do. It creates a beautiful effect. But the key to why this look works is two things. One, the colour is a wonderful contrast with the inner base layer of mid blue. I love this combination, the blue and the camel. It's one of those colour combos that always looks good, and it creates this strong blue column and sense of a vertical line down the middle of my body. This is so easy, jeans and then a shirt which is roughly the same or a similar colour in wash to the jeans. And the second reason why it works so well is that the coatigan is around knee length, so the vertical inner column is fairly long, which works well at lengthening the look of the body. You can get an even longer line down that way. So before we go on to another example and way of creating column dressing, I just want to touch on how you can build column dressing into your wardrobe to make it easier to create. Now, the things to look for in the items you already have in your wardrobe, or to consider when you're purchasing new items, is to start with the basics. Incorporate a few key pieces that feature certain things. Now, the first thing to look for when you're choosing things to incorporate into column dressing are V-necks. Choose dresses, tops, shirts with V-necks, as they help to create more of a vertical line down the body. That way, when you do your column dressing, this will really add to the whole lengthening look. If you're wearing stripes, if you like wearing stripes, build in vertical stripes or seams on your items. Narrower stripes work especially well, both for the outer layer on your column dressing or even for the underlayer too. But all these things create the illusion of height as well as slimness. Another thing is choose monochromatic pieces as your base. Just make sure that in your wardrobe you've got plenty of solid colour tops and bottoms, plenty of roughly the same colour, so that it's really easy just to pull out the bits to create your column on the top. When you think about accessories, make sure that you have some, like necklaces or even earrings, that are shaped in a vertical line or V-shaped pendant, obviously in the case of a necklace. It's another perfect way to create those vertical lines to draw the eye down and in. So let's have another look at a different outfit now that you don't have to wear a long length outer layer either. So as you can see in this look, the effect is also created by a shorter jacket too, as long as you've got that contrast. So here, the colour of this denim jacket contrasts with the lighter base layer, so it creates that same column of colour down the middle of your body. And the same colour shoes extends this even further too. So you can see that this column dressing approach doesn't have to look the same all the time. It can be varied by length of shirt or length and style of jacket, and can be done with other clothes too. More of that a little bit later in this video. So, it can be done across the seasons too. And of course, the base layer doesn't have to be lighter than your top layer. It can work the other way around too, as you saw at the beginning of this video, with a darker base layer in the middle and a lighter or more colourful top layer, which frames that bottom layer, which is perfect for the colder months as well. So let me show you that if you like colour or darker shades, column dressing is perfect for that too. I'm showing you the darker column down the middle with a lighter third layer here, which works so well, I think. Really a good contrast there. So this is obviously more of a spring look or even winter, but it just shows how versatile this way of dressing is. As I said, all year round, it can be adapted to whatever the weather is and whatever you have in your wardrobe. You don't need to go out and buy loads and loads of clothes to create this slimming and flattering effect. Another thing that this look shows is the use of texture. If you wear all one colour as the central base colour, I think it's important to add different textures to create interest too, as I have here with the tweed boucle effect jacket. And of course, if you'd like to add some colour, but you don't need to go out, you know, like looking like you've been dipped in it if you don't want to. Just touches of colour, like in a bag or a shoe, both shoes preferably, could really work. Now, one thing that I do need to point out, and which you might have noticed in all the looks I've shown you, I'm not wearing a belt in any of them, and that's deliberate. So let me just show you the difference wearing a belt can make in my next look. Now, in this look, I've gone back to the same base layer as I had earlier in the video I had on earlier, all ivory, and I've just topped it with this stunning green striped shirt from Marks & Spencer's. I love this shirt. I wore it a couple of videos ago as well, and you loved it too. Not surprised. Beautiful. So here you can see that this is an uninterrupted column of ivory all down my body. And now here I've added a belt in black, but just to make the point really, which I've matched with the black sandals to create cohesion. But do you see the difference in this effect? You know, the belt just creates this strong horizontal line all across my body, which totally cuts the whole long column line into two. So the eye sees width here rather than length. So if your aim is to create a slim looking figure, I would avoid a belt, especially in a strong colour. Now, my final look, I want to show you that this can also be done, of course, with a dress. So coming up into the summer, this is a perfect kind of way to look slimmer at the same time as looking summery. So in this look, I've left this look until last because it's actually probably the easiest way of creating a column of colour and a long, lean look. I've just popped on this black Bowden dress in a midi length. It's a fit and flare shape, which I love, very flattering for lots of body shapes. I bought this a couple of years ago, but I will link some similar ones for you below. It's a fabulous base layer. And then on the top, I've just added a coloured shirt to create a casual look. But of course, you could add any third layer in any colour, as long as it's contrasting, as I say. And you could dress it up with a little jacket or down in a more casual way with a linen shirt. Now, I hope you can see that column dressing really elongates the silhouette. It builds confidence, I think, in how you look, and you can easily turn everyday outfits into an elegant look. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, ladies. It's helped you, given a bit of inspiration on key ways that you can easily look slimmer and taller, if you wish. If you've loved this, please do share your own column dressing experiences in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more upbeat styling tips. And please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends as well. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in a few days with more styling videos. Lots of love. Bye.